Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Debbie Wren, owner of Great Energy LLC and the Vice President of our Oxford Chamber of Commerce, here with...
I'm Terry Stiles, and I'm the production manager at OCTV and also the secretary on the board of the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
Took me a while to get that right.
I know. You know, we've got these titles. When you have more than one title, sometimes it's a little difficult to remember.
The older I get, the harder it is.
It's like having many hats, you know?
Yeah, that we do. We have many hats.
That we do.
So what's going on with the chamber? We've been busy, haven't we?
Boy, we have, you know.
Love that.
We had a beautiful,
So
beautiful ribbon cutting out at Crossroads for you.
Yeah,
oh my
I saw
gosh.
the footage of that.
We had a lot of people there. That new center that they have for the girls' treatment center, the Mattis House, very, very, I mean, it's beautiful.
It looks like state of the art. And as I was watching the video that Dan did, he said something about they redid a building.
They took an old building, and to talk to like Jack Curtis out there, he says, boy, do you remember when we had a Coffee Connect out here a number of years ago? I mean, the building almost looked dilapidated.
Oh, that was,
really.
Wasn't that where Noda was for a while?
That I couldn't tell you.
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But to see it now, it is,
so cool.
Oh my gosh. Each of the girls have their own bedroom.
Wow.
Their own little room with a desk,
so
a bed, a closet, bedding with a nice, beautiful quilt.
So important.
I mean, it was very special, and there were girls there. Granted, we didn't, you know, they weren't in their rooms. They were all outside enjoying the fresh air like we all did. But just to see the people there and to see what's been done, and so many of our businesses in Oxford offered and, you know, provided
Helped
donations
out. Nice.
in the redoing of this building. High ceilings, the kitchen, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw. Really pretty kitchen.
Oh, beautiful kitchen.
Very nice.
Meals are made there. I mean, it was, what a beautiful place, you know, if you're one of the residents there, what a beautiful place to be able to kind of just take it in and really get a friendship going, really.
Oh, and they get connected to nature out there.
Yes.
There's so many activities. I'm not really sure where their funding comes from, but they manage. You know, they take care of kids. They change kids' lives around out there.
Absolutely.
And what a gorgeous place to do that.
It is, because it's off the road, it's in the wooded area,
right.
and like this Mattis house here, when you're in the back portion of the house where they have, it's kind of like their TV room and a rec area, you are butted right up to the woods, and you can only imagine what that has to look like.
The deer out there,
yes,
and the turkeys out there.
And in the winter time with the snow, oh my gosh.
I was out there.
Very, very comforting,
Nice.
very
So glad.
peaceful. And we did get to meet some of the Mattis children, who are, you know, I mean, they're children like my age. So, you know,
nice.
it was so nice to have them there for the ribbon cutting, and they were proud. Everybody was proud.
Yeah, they sounded like it. I saw the son speak for a while.
Yes.
And he made me teary.
I know.
It was really nice to see that,
I didn't,
they're so grateful.
And I didn't know the story behind it. I didn't know. I was very thankful that being that this was being filmed by OCTV, which many, almost all of our ribbon cuttings are, which thank you to OCTV to do that. But I didn't realize the history behind this, and so that was nice to be able to share as well.
Right.
So.
And we've got that recorded. It's fun. And thank you. It's nice that you said that. I have said over and over again, so I've been with OCTV for 22 years in different capacities. But those entire 22 years, I've said we are the recorders of the history of this community. And we really are.
Very true.
We're the only ones that are getting these events live and getting them recorded and archiving them for the entire community. If you go back beyond, I'd say Bill for sure, there isn't much saved in the community as far as videos are concerned.
Really?
And so this kind of stuff is important. There's going to be someone down the road, maybe, you know, an offspring of one of the girls that were treated there that will want to know about the history of that entire facility. And so, yeah, OCTV is a recorder of the
funny that you should say that, because one of the ladies she attended. She was there, and she remembers when Mr. Mattis was in charge, and she says it was all thanks to him that she's turned out to be the lady that she is today. And I mean, that's just giving me chills right now. But I mean, what a beautiful thing for his children to be able to hear the impact that their father made on this lady. And she was like the same age as his children.
Oh, cool.
So it was just, and she just couldn't get it out enough to say what an impact he made. So it was nice. I'm glad.
A lot of people in the community that make contributions like that.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, it's fun that we're able to be there. Thanks to the chamber for letting us be there.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, that's one of the things we'll talk about. You know, things that the chamber does for the community and for the businesses that are part of our chamber. But you know, and of course, Crossroads for Youth is. But we also, in years past, for our Women's Expo and our Business Expo and such, we've reached out to Crossroads for Youth to help us. We have their young gentlemen that are there come out and help us with setups for the tables that we have and to break down afterwards. They always bring at least 8 or 10 young men to come and help us. So, you know, we're helping them as well as they are helping us.
Which is certainly what this community is good at.
That's what Oxford is extremely good at.
And it's fun to be part of the chamber, which is, in a lot of cases, the nucleus of that intersection, those intersections, which is really neat, especially when you talk about the expo.
Yes.
Which we do need to talk about that later and what's going to go on.
What's going to be taking place, yes. We have a lot of stuff to share, but, you know, and I'm glad that we started off with Crossroads, that we started off with ribbon cuttings, because that is one thing that we truly do enjoy doing, and we do have ribbon cuttings coming up. But also we have our mix and mingles, which are always a lot of fun.
They are.
And we always have the mixer itself at one of our local restaurants or establishments here in town. And our upcoming one's going to be on August 31st, and that's going to be at One Drop Brewing Company. So this is going to be my first time out at
Mine too.
One Drop.
I haven't been there yet. I'm anxious to see it.
I have heard so much about it, so I'm very anxious and very happy that we are going to be out there. So, but when we come back, I'll talk a little bit more about that, okay? We're going to take a real quick break, so don't go away.
Songs of Love Foundation is a non-profit organization that provides free, personalized songs for kids battling serious illness, including physical or emotional challenges. Here is Izzy listening to her song of love for the very first time.
It's magic. Izzy is fantastic.
Any parent or relative can request a free song of love by visiting songsoflove.org or calling us at 800-960-SONG.
From magic she adorns her king.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to Daybreak. We were talking about the mixers that the Chamber has and how we're going to be out at One Drop Brewery on August 31st. That goes from 4 to 6 p.m. Our last mixer that we had, which would have been the last week in July, we did it in our social district where we started at Victoria's. And wow, she had some really neat and tasty appetizers for us.
Did.
Boy.
And it's always a treat to go to Vicky's anyhow, but it was just so fun to be able to socialize out there and be in that social district. For those of you that might not have heard about it, you're able to purchase a drink at participating establishments. And I don't know who they are. That's terrible. But so you're able to walk up and down the sidewalk with your drink. The drink has the establishment's name on it on one side of the street.
Right. We stay on either the east side or the west side. We cannot cross M24. Right. But once you're on that one side, you now legally are able to be walking in with what they're calling the social district. This has all been mapped out by the DDA.
I wasn't quite sure who sanctions that. I think it is the DDA, but you're able to participate throughout the village. I know that that put a little bit more onus on the police department, but so far what we saw last week, it's working out beautifully. So it's really nice, and I know that other communities are doing it, and it's working out well for them.
Yes, it truly has. So,
but it's only within the village limits, right?
Well, it's in that district. I want to say it's within
the DDA
district.
Yeah, okay.
You know, for people who don't understand, and even for those of us who do understand, we get a little bit confused. But your DDA district is basically right within that town area, and then the village, of course, expands going north, south, east, and west to the residential areas. So, like I say, it was the DDA that has formed that social district, and it was only restaurants and breweries and such that wanted to participate.
And then they had to be approved,
had to be approved.
Some of them are still waiting for the approval, I think.
It is a process. It isn't something that, okay, fine, everybody on this side, it's going to be, this is your district. It doesn't work that way. So everybody had to be approved. I don't know if there was a special license needed. I don't think. I think it was just the fact that they had to fill out an application and then be approved in order to be included in what's called that social district.
So if you're interested, whatever establishment you want to go to, find out from them whether they participate or not in the district. But it's fun. What a great idea.
And the DDA too. I mean, they have a map of it as well, so you can always get in touch with the DDA and actually get that information from them too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes,
that was fun to have it there.
It was.
It was nice to be able to feature a new thing going on in town. And certainly always nice to feature Vicky's.
And that was a great place to start, for sure. It truly was.
And the next one's One Drop, right?
And the next one's at One Drop. So that's, they're south of town. So that will be that's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Then we do our Coffee Connects. We do, the mixers are at the last week of the month, and our Coffee Connects are in the first week of the month. So our upcoming Coffee Connect, the one we had in the month of August, that one was at Apothecary and Company.
That was nice.
Very nice. And our Coffee Connect start at 8 o'clock in the morning. They go from 8 till 9. So our upcoming one then for September, this time here is going to be on a Wednesday because of the holiday. We're going to have it on a Wednesday, but usually we stick with the Tuesday, the first Tuesday of the month, running from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. This one here is going to be in front of the village offices, so right there at 22 West Burdick Street. those back before we could actually be going back into establishments, that's where we were having them.
Yeah, and it was
it's
very nice, yeah.
Very, very nice. Nice and open, and
Yeah.
everybody, still keeps their distance and such, but that's why we chose to make that one, because who knows, starting in October, weather can get kind of, it's just unpredictable.
And you know what's really cool? Quite a few people attend those.
They do.
We
yes.
filled up the apothecary. If you haven't been in there, she's got quite an open space in
Yes, she
there.
does.
We filled it up. And we have also in front of the village, we've just made a huge circle that
circle gets
encompasses
bigger
that
and
entire.
bigger.
I know, it's really, and you don't have to be part of the chamber, right?
No.
You can still find
No.
out what we're all about, because every single person in that circle then talks about their business and what they have to offer the community. And so it's really an informative session, not to mention really fun socially.
True, true. And like Terry said, each one of the people there has a minute, 2 minutes to talk about their business.
Yeah.
Because there are a number, myself included, that have their own businesses, but they're not a brick and mortar business right on Main Street or one of the businesses, on the side streets.
Right.
So people don't really know what you have to offer.
Right.
And you'll be there and you'll say, oh my goodness, well, I
had
didn't
no
know.
idea.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so those poor people missed those ribbon cuttings,
Yep.
which we've done quite a few of this year, which is really nice. So yeah, that gives them that opportunity. That's their little own personal ribbon cutting, actually.
And,
opportunity
in a way,
for them.
that's a
we
good
should
way
get
to-
little red ribbons for people.
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll talk about that in our upcoming board meeting.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I just wanted to talk about Banbury Cross. They're seeking volunteers. So this is a school that we have here, which has all of their horses that they use to assist in children that are having some disabilities, and getting onto a horse and riding a horse around the stable is a very comforting.
it's so
Animals are very
therapeutic.
comforting, and they are looking for volunteers out there to help in assisting the riders. Now, if you've been out there, it's a beautiful, beautiful arena that they have. And these children are ranging from ages,
dear.
very, very young, maybe 5, 6, 7 years of age, up till teenagers. And so they need that assistance of getting onto the horse. Then they're riding, you're walking with them. They still need that confidence. So, they're just looking for people to help in assisting in the class. You're not a teacher, trainer, or anything like that. You're just a helper. So,
Right.
if there's
a walker,
exactly. So, Banbury Cross is what we're talking about, and if you have it in your heart that you want to be able to help, what a great way to help our community.
Yeah, wonderful people.
Yeah.
They're north of Oxford, so they're not
I'm sorry,
too
I
far
don't have
away.
the address
Yeah.
here, but if you've got our directories, it's located
That's
in
right.
there. So,
Yeah.
okay.
If you don't have one, you better get
Yeah,
one.
we'll talk about the directories on our
That's
next
right.
section here, because we do have to take a quick break, but we're going to be right back, so don't go away. Welcome back to Daybreak. We were talking about volunteers to help out within our community, and I was talking about Banbury Cross. Terry has a couple too that she wants to be able to share with us.
Yeah, so that brought up, oh my goodness, we can use some volunteers right now. I do want to talk a little bit about a gentleman who just wandered into us a couple weeks ago, who has become, he started out as a volunteer and now he's an employee.
Oh.
In his retirement. His name is Chuck Cameron, and he is a voiceover expert. So he knows what he's doing when it comes to recording. And so we are able to start up a program called My Life Again. We did it for several years when John Ochens was here, and we featured veterans. And now we've pretty well gone through a lot of the veterans, which, by the way, is being considered by the Library of Congress to archive.
Oh, wow.
But now we're interviewing people within the community. We put Chuck on the task, and the first My Life will rerun, or the rebirth of My Life will be with Victoria. He did a My Life with her Monday, sometime this week, and it turned out very well. She's an interesting lady. But we also need volunteers for camera work in the evening to do the meetings that we cover in the community. And as of today, we lost our announcer, our 15-year announcer for the football games, which we record and distribute to families, certainly if they have a child on the team. He has now moved on over to be the announcer for the school. That's really nice that they ended up with our well-established
He's
announcer. He's really experienced, and he does a good job. So we need volunteers for all of our sports coming up in the fall. We need tennis, people with tennis expertise, and football, and then we will also need somebody for basketball. So yeah, if you want to get your feet wet in television, give us a call at 248-628-9658 and talk to Bill or Terry or me.
Yes.
So yeah. OCTV is doing good. We're gearing up. We've got a new employee, Joe Calhoun. He's been with us, for 3 or 4 months now, and he's terrific. And Dan, without Dan, I don't know what I'd do. So it's Joe, Dan, and myself basically doing production. So let's talk about chamber stuff again, which I love.
It's almost 90 degrees outside, but we're going to talk Christmas.
Why not? It cools things down.
Exactly. Christmas. Our Christmas parade is going to be on Saturday, December 4th. So visit our chamber website, because that's where our updates are going to be. But you have the date. We always have it on the first Saturday of December. And last year, of course, we were unable to. That's the first time in over 50 years that this community, which many communities, all of the communities, I'm sure, did not have that Christmas parade. And so this year here, we are really and truly looking forward to that. But what the chamber did last year was, for the very first time ever, lighting up the bridge that we have north of town. And so that was a chamber event that we started last year, and once again the chamber will be doing that lighting of the bridge again this year.
That was a big hit. Everybody liked it.
Originally we were going to stop the lights. We were going to stop having the lights on after the 1st of January, and the community was like, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. So we had it go until January 31st, and that's what our intentions are going to be for this year as well. So the week of Thanksgiving is what we are shooting for, to have that bridge celebration, and it's going to be NES Plumbing that will be using this year, who has graciously allowed us to be able to plug in. To plug in.
You'd never think that would be an issue, but it has been.
It is. It is a big, big issue. So we've already been approved by MDOT. That's the biggest thing right there. People think that, geez, it's in our community, we have control, and boy, we don't.
We sure don't.
So MDOT has already given the chamber permission to light that, and we have a few more things that we have to get all of our ducks in order before we can officially do this, but that's all in the works already, and we're in August, so we have to do all of this planning in advance.
Yeah.
So we've already talked with Excel Brothers. They're going to, be putting up the lights for us again. And those guys do
They did a great
tremendous
job. Yep.
Boy, and that was, when we did that last year, it was kind of a really, really quick
It was a rush job.
It was a rush job.
Decision because
Yes.
we weren't sure until, I don't know, just a matter of a month or so before Christmas, not that we weren't going to have the parade.
Right.
And Amy really was so disheartened that she really wanted we wanted to celebrate Christmas and make it Christmassy around here.
And so we
working with the DDA, we lit the tree and the bridge around the same time, or was it separate?
We did it at two separate times, but it was with Amy's working with Excel Brothers, and then poor Glenn, he himself was sick with COVID, so
she did that too.
She was kind of taking on some of that DDA responsibility, but it got to a point we didn't really care who was doing it when it came to that tree, because we wanted the park. I mean, wow, that was something.
That would have been so sad without the tree.
It would have.
Thanks to Amy that really got done because Glenn was sick, and then to also get that bridge lit too.
The bridge.
Such quick fashion that happened very quickly. And on a rainy night, I think it was.
From Excel Brothers, he said, I didn't really know how big of a project this was going to be. So his team really ached after putting up all of those lights. And it's going to be done, it's going to look exactly the same. So the behind the scenes is going to be a little different. And you have to remember that half of our road was closed because we were under construction last year too. Whereas this year, we're going to have to be blocking off just at that time when he's actually putting that up. So you're going to see a little bit of road changing, but it's only for that short period of time of putting them up, and then once the project is over, and taking them back down. So
I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm so happy that it's all going to happen, that we're going to have the parade, we're going to have the bridge lighting. There's going to be different celebrations at different times, which is really nice. That'll gear us up into the holiday season, especially starting with the bridge around Christmas. That's great.
Well, and that's just it. When we're able to do that
around
the week
Thanksgiving.
of when we're able to do that at for Thanksgiving, it gives us that much longer period of time to enjoy that bridge being lit up. So many people commented on that, which was really, that felt good, and we knew that the community really and truly did like it. So
we helped brighten their holiday.
For sure.
That's really nice.
For sure.
See, the Chamber takes care of emotional needs as well as business needs.
I'll tell you, to be a part of the Chamber,
it is nice.
We try to help out local businesses. I mean, not try. This is our job. Terry and I, when it comes to being on the Chamber board, all of our board members, we're all volunteers right there.
Right.
So it's not like we're getting paid. It's not like we're getting a membership that isn't costing us something. Ours is costing just the same way it does for everybody else.
And Deb, by the way, volunteers here too to do this.
Well, I'm right. This is a volunteer.
That's wonderful that you do that for us.
Hey, maybe I should ask for something.
Oh yeah.
No, I think
let me mention on our Facebook page I put up today that we are looking for volunteers. We could also do paid volunteers. So.
No. I enjoy. I've been a part of the Chamber for so many years, and when we started off with Daybreak, it used to be our village manager, the DDA director, and myself, and now it's turned into it's Terry and I that handle Daybreak. Daybreak, and we try to share the wealth here with everything going on in our community.
Yeah, right.
So
Love it.
it's something that we enjoy doing, and we're very thankful that you're here to listen and to see us when we get these new programs all set up. So thank you all, and I think we're done. I think we're going to close this segment.
I think we told you everything we know.
Yeah, everything we know for right now. So thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, take care and have a great day.
Bye-bye.